Hey, and welcome everybody to Sherman Ray. This is the Livin in Vegas podcast, where we come to you Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Talk about the people, the places, the trends, and the events that shape the city of Las Vegas. And when you come to Vegas, folks, when you think of Vegas, think living local and the return of cool. And we want to welcome you all to the show today. It's Friday. It's Rebel Friday. Folks, I'm wearing my Rebel... Folks, I've had this jersey forever. Really, just forever. And so as we always do on Fridays, we're doing Rebel Red Fridays. And so I want to welcome you all to the show today. I'm even wearing a red shirt and even got the Rebel shoes on and stuff like that. So, fantastic. We'll hope you're there. And if you're watching us on YouTube, we really encourage you folks over here, smash that little YouTube channel sign right there. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and make us famous. We're one of the few shows that come out of Vegas that really talk about the city of Las Vegas. Not so much the Strip. The Strip is wonderful and it's world famous and everything else. But the city of Las Vegas, where really that's where the people live at. That's where the juice is at. That's really where everything cool is at. I'm your host, Sherman Ray. I'm the publisher of Livin in Vegas magazine. We are a quarterly magazine, come out every 3 months or so. And we did not put out a Christmas one, but we are going to put out one, a New Year's one. It'll be a recap of the entire year because we did so much, just so much over the last 12 months. We're a little over a year with our podcast. Who would have thunk, right? Who would have thunk that? I would have never guessed that, but we are. And so we talk about the city of Las Vegas, the things that really make it go on. And we hope that today is another show where you can actually check it out. We're going to talk a little bit about UNLV. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with the VGK, our Vegas Golden Knights. There's so much going on. The Raiders. We'll talk about the Raiders. And so much more. We really are. I'm just very excited about. And a new website that we've got up, folks. We got our media company is just always thinking of new things. Always thinking of things. And so we got a new website up, and we really encourage you to get to that. We want you to check it out. We'll talk about that in just a minute also. And, of course, we want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. That's right. As you can see over my shoulder over here, the other shoulder over this shoulder over here, I got my Christmas tree up. We're in a different studio today, just kind of checking things out. But we want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And, if you're here in Vegas, you're in the right place. You're in the right place for the city of Las Vegas and, of course, for, all the cool things that are going on. Oh, are we on? Are we on right now? I want to make sure. Wow. So one of the things that we're doing right now, folks, is we're constantly monitoring everything that goes on with our show and all the things that are going on. And I just want to make sure our show is actually on, that it looks like we're on. Yeah. And so, why can't I see it then? All right, so I'm trying to look at our show as it's playing, but it won't let me look at our show as we're playing. Okay, no big deal. Let's do something really cool. Yeah, I know everybody's trying to get a hold of me now. Let's do a real quick break. We'll come back. We'll talk about some of the cool stuff that's going on in Vegas. And this is Sherman Ray of the Livin in Vegas podcast. We'll be back in just a second. Hi, everybody. It's Sherman Ray for Livin in Vegas podcast. Are you a business owner that's looking to get the word out about his product, service, or even just a great message out there? Well, we'd like to give you that opportunity by being a guest on Livin in Vegas podcast. It's super simple. All you've got to do is contact us at advertising@livininvegas.com. That's advertising@livininvegas.com, and we'll schedule you for an interview on Livin in Vegas podcast. I'm Sherman Ray for Livin in Vegas podcast, where we talk about the people, the places, the trends, and the events that shape the city of Las Vegas. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Oh, gosh. Hey, so I'm wondering, how many of you have already been out and done your Christmas shopping? I know I've shopped a few things. Usually my wife does a lot of that stuff. But this year, other than putting up my Christmas tree, I've really done nothing for Christmas. It's just been one of those years where you just don't get a lot of stuff done. And it might have been a holdover from COVID. I don't know. It's something weird's happening here, and I don't feel as Christmassy as I was, before. Oh, so before we get on with the show, so let me tell you what happened yesterday. So many of you know I am a very athletic person, and I've done this since I was a kid. And usually I'll get up really early in the morning. I'm generally one of those early riser guys. I'm generally up 5 o'clock in the morning, that kind of stuff. So yesterday I was awakened from a dead sleep. And I just sprung up, and I thought I heard my alarm. I woke up, saw that it was 4:38, which I normally wake up at 4:30 to get working out. And so jump out of bed, put on my clothes, and I'm out the door. So, and I'm late already. So I checked the clock, and it was 10 minutes till 5. And I go, oh my gosh, I'm late. I better get going. So I start riding my bike, and I'm a road bike guy. I'll do about 20 miles, 25 miles, 30 miles, or whatever it is in the mornings, depending on how much time I have. So I'm riding down the street, and, you just don't feel right. Things look different. And I'm thinking, man, this doesn't feel right. My stomach doesn't feel right. Felt like I'd been eating a bunch of food and it was still sitting on my stomach, that kind of stuff. So I said to myself, I go, wow, something's really weird. I don't know why I feel so weird, but did I really check the clock to find out if it was 4:30 when I woke up in the morning? Or was I mistaken? You ask yourself that question every once in a while. I mean, I had no reason to doubt that it was 4:30, but my stomach just didn't feel right. I just didn't feel right. It's not like I was tired, but I just didn't feel right. So the way I ride, I have to hold on to both handlebars for at least 3 or 4 miles before I can actually even look on my clock or anything like that to find out what time it is. So I said, okay, well, once I get to this one spot, I'll see what time it is, but something sure doesn't feel right. I mean, you just don't feel right. Just a little voice in the back of your head says, I just don't feel right. So I get around the corner, I pull out my phone out of and it's like freezing. I mean, and there was another thing. It wasn't that cold. Because normally when I ride in the morning, it's pretty darn cold. It's in the 30s now. So I know it'll say in the 40s, but it's actually, when you're riding a bike, it's the 30s. So I get around this corner. I'm feeling weird. Like I said, it's a little warm. I look on my clock. It's 1:20 a.m. It's 1:20 a.m. I had gotten up at 12:30. Dear Lord, have mercy. Oh, did I tell you I went to bed at 10:30? Oh, I forgot to tell you that. Yes, of course. I forgot to tell you that. I went to bed at 10:30. I just got up at 12:30. And I'm riding my bike, and I'm wondering why I feel like... It's not like I was tired. Like I said, it's not like I was tired. I just didn't feel right. It's not as though I didn't have the strength in my legs or anything like that. I just didn't feel... There was something different. So what I do? Do you think I would turn around? No, I'm not going to turn around. Are you kidding me? I keep riding. I say to myself, you know what? I'm already up. I'm riding down the street. I've already got all my stuff on. I'm already starting to get a sweat on. I am going to keep riding. And I did. And I rode about, I think I did about 19 miles or something like that before I started feeling really crappy. Eventually you feel crappy, And I said, okay, I'm going to turn around. I came back, and so I figured, okay, I'll stay up and maybe, just kind of hang out for a few hours before my wife gets up. Oh, no. I said to myself, I can't even stay up now. Because when I got home, like I said, which was like an hour later, it was like 2:30. okay, it's way too early. It's way too early, folks. I'm hours before I should even get up. And so I took a shower thinking my wife was going to wake up. She never even woke up. She had no idea. She had no idea that I'd woken up 4 hours early and that I was, riding my bike. Oh, dear Lord. It's just so terrible. Just terrible. Anyways, for some reason, I got no video here. That's very weird. Okay. Anyways, so I rode, and I felt like crap. I went back to bed. I'm going to make this very short now, the end of the story here. And I went back to bed. Didn't get back up till like 8:30 or something like that. I was toast. Anyways, so let me tell you guys about a new thing that we're going to be doing for S-Ray Media Group. And many of you know I became a pastor, an associate pastor over at a local church here. It's called Family Worship Center. And I do the music there and do all the media, communications, social media, that kind of stuff, because it's kind of what we do. And so one of the things that I've been wanting to do is start a streaming or video, a YouTube type channel for Christian music, Christian teachings, all that kind of stuff. And it's called Godstream, and I actually did start. So we've actually got it up. It's all the way up. It will continue to grow, folks, so don't be expecting a full-blown, crazy big YouTube thing already, because it's not going to happen yet. But it is up. I want to tell you a little bit more about it. And so here's a real quick video that'll tell you a little bit more about what Godstream is at. Okay, here, let's get this up. Yeah, so what is Godstream? Yeah, Godstream, if I can describe it this way. Have you ever gone out looking for, maybe Joyce Meyers or T.D. Jakes? And you got to search from all over the place. I want one place where you can find everything. That's right. And yeah, so that's why I decided, I'm going to put together a website where everybody is there. So if I'm looking for music by Bethel Music, or if I'm looking for a preaching sermon by Jonathan Cahn or something like that, I can find it all in one place. That's what Godstream's all about. Hey, so what do you think of that? Huh? I know, that's pretty cool, huh? Yeah, so Godstream.org is up. So just go to the website at Godstream.org. That's Godstream.org. It's almost like it's got all kinds of cool stuff on there, folks. I want you to check it out. You'll love it. If you are a content provider and let's say you're a musician, you're a preacher, or you've done a documentary or something like that, and it's family oriented. It doesn't always have to be, a preaching or something like that. It could actually just be a family friendly video that you want up and you want Christians to check it out. Go to our website, just submit it, and you can check it out. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on here in Vegas, since that's what you guys come here for, right? What should we start with? Okay, let's start with this about some of the flu cases that are happening. That between COVID, influenza, and this respiratory virus that's going around, folks, we got what they call the triple-demic. Okay, I think it's called a tridemic. It's triple epidemic in Southern Nevada, and they're saying that this is something that's really a combination of the holiday, the season, and the addition of COVID. So we normally have flu season. It's normally flu season anyways right now, but we've had this really weird respiratory infection thing that's been going on, and also coincidentally we've got COVID, which has been persistent in the last couple of years, all happening at the same time, and there's been kind of an influx or a rebound of the COVID thing. So it's really something that the Southern Nevada Health District is saying, folks, you really need to be very careful of this, very wary of this. If you can avoid a certain risky life, patterns, to really think about that before you get involved, because it can be very, very bad. As far as I know, no one's died of any of this stuff, which is great, but we want to make sure that that you're just not getting, all jacked up. In another story, there's an unprecedented rapid water level declines over at Lake Mead have got the public comment period extended out for the marina. And many of you know that over the last decade, we've been having a real big drought here in the desert Southwest. And it's not only just been, here in Las Vegas, it's been throughout the whole desert Southwest. As a result of that, the water levels over at Lake Mead have continued to decline. We're down, it's historic. That's how low it is. It's historic levels. There's been proposals by people out at the recreation, the Nevada Parks and Recreation Service to rethink how we're going to allow people to hang out at Lake Mead. And they closed, this last season, they closed almost every one of the docks. So if you had a boat, you couldn't put your boat in. I think we went out there, we put it in at Searchlight. I think out at Lake Mead proper here in Las Vegas, I think there was only one dock or one ramp that was even open. And so they've proposed closing all the docks. They've proposed closing all the ramps. They've been they've been proposing all kinds of stuff like that. So they want the public, or they ask the public to come in and to give their 2 cents about it. Well, as a result of this really just unexpected water level decline, they're extending that period for people to come in and talk about it, because really we have a say in this. And maybe somebody out there is smart enough to come up with something that will actually, that the smarty pantses out in the BLM and the Park Service have not come up with. So we'll leave links to all this stuff on our website at livinvegas.com. You can actually check it out. So the NFL Alumni Association, it's celebrating its first year in Las Vegas. So many of you know that if you've been a part of any other city, the NFL Alumni Association, philanthropic, does great things for kids. Now they're here in Las Vegas. We actually have an arm here in Las Vegas, and they're celebrating their first year in our community. And so they say that next year it's going to be better, that they're going to be able to do a lot more. I know a lot of people really never wanted a pro football team here. I was not one of those. Did I think that that they needed to build a brand new stadium? Probably not. I was wrong. Because Allegiant Stadium has been such a boon. I still believe that Sam Boyd Stadium is very viable. What it does, what it can do, its proximity, that the city is going to continue to grow, and as a result of that, that Sam Boyd Stadium is going to one day prove to be very, very lucrative. Okay, we already own it. Okay, it's already something. The UNLV Running Rebels, we already own that team. They are our team, and I continue to think that we should invest more in the university system. That's just me. It's not that I lived here my entire life. I wouldn't know. But anyways, I digress. So, but the addition of the Raiders and what they've brought to the Valley I don't know if you're going to be able to quantify it. In the end, the Raider Nation, the legacy that this team has brought to Las Vegas, a town that is notoriously transient. And it's not that we're transient because we have a lot of people that just keep coming in and out of it. We just have never had anything or anyone who's been able to invest enough and bring a following and a system that has got people to say, okay, I want to stick here. I want to stay here. Now, I've been a UNLV fan forever. I mean, I've got a tattoo, folks. No, I don't. I really don't. I hate needles. But we have... I've been a UNLV fan ever since I went there. I think even before I went there. And we need things like that here in the Valley. We just do. And so that's kind of where we're at on this whole thing. Here, let's take another real quick break. I've got something I want to show you. We're going to this is going to be a really short break here, folks. So we won't be doing a lot of stuff here. So let's take a real short break. We'll be back. I got something real cool I want to show you. This is Livin in Vegas podcast. I'm Sherman Ray. We'll be back in a second. Okay. I told you it's going to be very, very quick. So there was an article about some really these are iconic pictures. It's going to take me a second to get this up, but I think you're going to like this, folks. So I'm going to do this real as quickly as I can. There are some iconic pictures that were loaded by the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, and these are pictures that you probably have never seen, that they're on a website, and we'll leave a link to it on our website at livininvegas.com. You can actually check out some of the historic pictures that they're releasing now of these areas: scenic Vegas, the Las Vegas Strip, the Fremont Street, and I think you're going to really enjoy this. Do we have something more we can show this? Yeah, I think there's some more stuff. And aerial photography, and a lot of this stuff. I'm wondering if my brother-in-law actually knows this. Celebrities. Hey, let's take a look at this really quick. We're going to take a look at some of the celebrity pictures that we can. Let's see if we can find a couple of them. And there's Dino, Dean Martin. Look at that. Nat King Cole's here. Just some of these pictures, folks. Most people have never ever seen these before, and so Ernest Borgnine, Mother Teresa was hanging out here in Vegas. Flip Wilson was here. Floyd, that's Floyd. Oh gosh, Floyd Patterson. There's Clint Eastwood. I've actually seen some of these. Jack Benny, and so we're going to leave a link to this. Some of these gallery pictures. These, once again, these were uploaded by the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. I think they're really worth your time to check them out, folks. It's so cool to see things like this, and we just thought you'd want to see that. So that's very cool. Once again, we'll leave a link to that, because a lot of people, they know Vegas now. They just don't know how we got there, and I think it's really important that people are able to see how we got there. In the last couple of minutes we've got here, there are some really cool places. After Christmas is over, folks, okay, we don't want to, I'm not going to rush Christmas through. I think Christmas should be savored. It's the greatest time of the year on the Christian calendar, in the world's calendar. I don't know if you know this, but everything is built around Christmas. Okay, really everything, our calendars, the way we live our lives, our social systems are all built around Christmas and Jesus Christ. That's all there is to it. But after Christmas is over, you're going to want to ring in the new year. And so there's a list of some of the real cool places here in Vegas that you can go to ring in the new year. New Year's Eve at Area 15. If you have not been out to Area 15, folks, it's a crazy place. It's huge. It's a huge warehouse full of all kinds of stuff. December 31st, 10 p.m., Area 15. We'll actually leave a link to all this stuff, so don't worry about it. You won't have to worry about this stuff. Just go to our website at livininvegas.com, and you'll get the links to all this. Jackpot New Year's Eve, downtown Las Vegas Event Center. Oh, that should actually be cool. Bruno Mars will be there. Gwen Stefani, The Killers. Adele. So these are so cool. New Year's Eve at the Foundation Room. So the Foundation Room, folks, for those of you who have not been up to the Mandalay Bay, the top of the Mandalay Bay, which is now it's called the hotel or something like that. The Foundation Room used to be something. I want to warn you now. This is not a kid-friendly place. I'm going to just tell you. We had the launch to our magazine, Livin in Vegas magazine, over at the Foundation Room. And the Foundation Room used to be something totally different. It overlooks the valley. It's wonderful. You got a great northern exposure of the whole valley. It's just wonderful, wonderful place. But it is not the same as it used to be. So, bottle service starts at $2,000. to $8,000 packages for guests of 12. New Year's Eve 15-hour rooftop party at the Terrace after hours. That's over at Larry Flint's. Okay, so we don't want to talk about that too much. There's a place called New Year's Eve at We All Scream, and that's downtown, and so much more. There's a whole list of these things, folks. What the Ghost Bar, Hawkinsaw, so many other places, folks. And we'll leave a link to all this stuff. And so I want to put this out there. If you are a business and you've got something that you want us to tell everybody about, and you want us to put it on our website, you want us to blast it out there, just send me a note at info@livininvegas.com. info@livininvegas.com. Let us know that you've got something for New Year's, okay? Because we'll be back on. We'll announce it on Monday or Wednesday or something like that. But we'll let everybody know that you've got something going on for New Year's, okay? So that's very cool. Hopefully you're all going out for Christmas Eve celebration. You're going to Christmas Eve candlelight service. We actually have a Christmas Eve candlelight service over at Family Worship Center, and we want to invite you out. It's tomorrow. It starts at 5 o'clock, 4000 Spring Road. That's 4000 Spring Road, not Spring Mountain. It's Spring Road. Okay, that's out near the old Texas station that is no longer there. So we want to invite you out to that. Oh, here's a good story. Las Vegas. Las Vegas is rated a top Christmas destination. Surprise, surprise, right? So normally we're way up there for all kinds of stuff, New Year's celebrations, 4th of July, that kind of stuff. But Christmas, not so much. So we are actually rated number 3 there's only 2 other places that are rated higher than Las Vegas by Wallet Hub as being the top places to go for Christmas. That's pretty cool. So we just happen to possess the right mixture of things that make Las Vegas the greatest place in the world. And I'm very partial to this, folks. You could say that I am biased, but I love Las Vegas. Just love it. Okay, I breathe this stuff every day, and could you guess? Let's talk really quick about the Lady Rebels. Okay, the Lady Rebels, folks, went over had Northern Arizona come and play. This is our basketball, the Lady Rebel basketball, and we beat them, not by a little bit. We spanked them. 93-73. Come on, baby. Woo. And so career high scoring games for Desi Ray Young and Kiara Jackson. I think they combined for like 50 points. 51, I think it was. So the Lady Rebels offensive onslaught stumped the Lumberjacks. And that's very cool. Very excited about the Rebels. What else was there? So I think we just actually, I'm going to go back to the Rebels for just a second because I know we're out of time anyways, folks, so I won't be able to get to any more stories. And the men, the running Rebels, the guys, we actually closed out our regular season we spanked Southern Mississippi 74-63. Okay, 74-63. We've only lost one game this year, guys, folks. One game. We're 11-1. What? Come on, folks. I'm telling you, we're going. I believe that the Lady Rebels last year threw down the gauntlet to the men and said, take this. And if you guys can't win, then you don't deserve to have the name Running Rebels. We'll call the university the Running Rebels, the Lady Rebels. So what did the guys do? The guys have right now 11-1. This is the best start we've had, and it's probably since the 90s. It's got to be. It's got to be since the 90s. Yeah. So this is the best non-conference record by percentage since going 9-0 in the 1990-91 season. Can you say any more? Anyways, folks, we want to wish you all a Merry Christmas from the bottom of our little pea-picking hearts, folks. I hope you're able to get out there and just touch people, share the love of Jesus, and remember the reason for the season, folks. It's not about gifts and packages, even though those are wonderful to get. It's really all about a babe in a manger who came to this earth to set the world free. Okay, come on. I know I could preach this all day long. Anyways, this has been Sherman Ray for the Livin in Vegas podcast. Once again, it's about the people, the places, the trending events that shape the city of Las Vegas. When you think of living in Vegas, folks, think living local and the return of cool. If you missed any of the show, folks, go to our website at livininvegas.com, at livininvegas.com, and you can check it all out, folks. We'll post it all in just a minute. This has been Sherman Ray for the Livin in Vegas podcast. We'll see you again Monday. Bye-bye.